everybody. For this one, I promise I've tried to get better light. I even have a lamp over here, but I'm working at the kitchen table in front of a window and everything. It's just getting some shade, so I've zoomed in real close. I wanted to start out with this paper craft project by showing you what you get at the store, dollar store, Target, Walmart, wherever you shop, for maybe $2, $3 even. You get a set of papers, construction paper. If you get a pack, it might look like this. It's a pack. This is a pretty thin pack, but I've used it for quite a while. And this is thin construction paper, but it's very bright. It's dual colored. It's this and this, same piece of paper. Kind of neat. But this was a couple dollars at a dollar store a couple years ago. This was paper that I found in the art room at school. And it's stationery paper that you could print on, like a type of paper, a message, a lost dog, or here's what I want for Christmas, or whatever kind of thing. But this is a type of construction paper. Really, it's a printing paper, but it works for this project. And then this is a really vivid set. I mean, really bright, thick paper, really good stuff. For these two projects, I'm going to need green. There's green. And I'm going to need red or pink or white. Now, I wanted to focus on white paper because it's very important in art class that we have just plain white paper. Really, it's too bad when you do something beautiful and then it's on a piece of paper like notebook paper that has, you know, all these lines and stuff, and that limits you from doing really good work and probably wanting to hang it or keep it or even try harder. Because if you start with good materials, you'll really want to take your time and do your best work. Well, today we're going to make a flower, and it is it's a tropical flower, and it's also something that people that celebrate Kwanzaa, the African holiday, they celebrate with this type of flower. Now they come in pink. These flowers, they come in red, and I've seen them in white. And people are designing flowers anymore. Scientists, botanists, people that work with flowers. I do, but not as much as them. They know a lot of things. They're changing how the flower looks depending on the soil and the nutrients it gets. Well, I wanted to show you this skill again, where you take a piece of paper and you fold it in half exactly, and crease it. And see, I've got half a sheet of paper. And now I take this half, fold this top to this bottom, exactly, and that I need to crease this corner where it's folded. And then exactly. Okay, now I'm showing you how to skip a huge step. You're dividing this in 4, and if you do this, you'll understand it, and then it's going to be your skill, which I hope you'll keep the rest of your life. We're making a flower today, so I need the petals. So I need to visualize, it's kind of like a spoon, kind of comes to a point here. And I don't need these to be connected, but what I need to do is draw it. And did Mr. C bring a pencil? No, he didn't, but he has a pen. He can draw this, but look at what I've done. I've creased this, and this is better than making a line. Now, I could fold this in half, but it would be tricky to cut. But watch me. Stay with me. Cut this and make it as smooth as you can, not choppy. Try to go on a long stroke of your scissor cut. See, around that bend, open up, close again. Now, the only thing I'm not crazy about is the end of this petal. I'm going to round this just a bit on the edge. This is kind of like a flame or a teardrop or a raindrop or that kind of shape. That's what I've got right now. Now, if you can, fold all of these directly in half. Hopefully I'm holding this how you can see it the best. Now I have my 4 petals. I needed 4 petals that were pink or white or red. I had red, so I used red. So watch me open this up. These are going to glue together end to end, just slightly overlapping. But first, I need the base for these, which is the leaf. Now this gets a little more intricate. It's a curved, scalloped, and a wavy pointed line at the same time. You'll see what I mean when I show you. You might have seen one of these at school. Now here's this skill again that we just practiced. We fold this whole sheet of paper in half directly and perfectly, evenly pinch those corners together. Make sure they're together. This pushed into my hand, pulled out, directly folded perfectly in half. Now one more time, crease right there at where they come together, because that's where it will bunch up and you will get off. And you want this to be straight because you're doing your best work. You'll revise what you need to. You can fix it because that's how we learn from mistakes. Now, Mr. C was talking and did not grab a pencil, but he's going to cut this freehand because he can draw with his eyes. So I have folded this again as I'm blabbing. Folded this. So I have 4 sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. Here's the whole sheet. See that? That's 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters, $1. That makes the whole sheet of paper. I'm folding this in half long ways. Remember, that's a hot dog fold. And then I'm going to cut about 1 inch in. Don't cut your thumb. Be careful. Cut just it's like a quarter of a circle almost. Something like that. Now I want to go just up a little more. It's a notch. Cutting another, this is almost a half circle. And if I cut into it, make a bigger scoop, it will be even more dramatic. Now this one goes to a point. Now here's half. Open it up. That's the whole leaf. This is connected. I have saved myself a bit of time here. If you did not cut this edge, if you noticed my little secret, now let me put this on a black background so you can see it. It's exciting. I hope you're ready. Are you ready? Are you sure? I'm ready. I like to put the fold side up, so I'm correcting, reversing, revising. I'm looking. My mind is at a level 3D DOK comparing right now. There's that. Now, I could leave that one that way. I might put this way. See that? Bingo. Now, I might want to decorate this first. If I want to take a dark green crayon or marker, let's see if this works. Now, it doesn't look good to me with a black, if I did this with a black marker, but I'm so excited, keeping my hands still, drawn out to that point. Draw out to that point. It's kind of an arcing line. It is a circular line out to that point, even with that side, out to that point, pretty even with that side. I could do it like that, and then that gives it a little more oomph. It shows the spine of the leaf. You know, it's just like a tree. Here's the trunk, here's the branch. It does the same thing. It's like a genetic pattern, like a fingerprint. If you study botany, the science of living things, especially growing plants, flowers, it's fascinating stuff. I grow those things so I can paint pictures of those things, because I can make my own landscape. If I own the land, I can make it look the way I want to in certain seasons. I have to work with the season. I can't expect my zinnia flowers to bloom in winter. I'm doing something else at that point. So winter is the downtime, but this is a tropical winter flower. If it's in Africa, you know, it's not cold, so it's the tropics. something like this would live there. Now, here's one of my favorite words in the world. Juxtapose. I have juxtaposed these. I made an X, letter X with my leaves. I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to be opposite though. So I'm going to go this way. I'm juxtaposing again. These are just end to end. I might want to figure an order. These go under slightly. And then I'll glue that together. This kind of looks neat in the light, doesn't it? It looks almost real. Now, I said I wanted white. Since I don't want to waste paper, I'm going to do that trick one more time, because I know I learn things by practicing. So half and half again is what I folded. Now, if I'm making 4 of these flowers, if I have enough of that paper, which I did it small, I didn't use all of my paper, but I could do this now. Since I have scissors, I'm going to cut along this fold, and then I'll keep this paper for my next paper craft, which I'm going to build a person that is dressed to go in the snow. But for this one, I need a yellow circle, actually, not a white, but I'm showing you how to do it with this in case I don't have the yellow right here. See orange? Here's a yellow, and it's nice and bright. But I need a 1/4 sheet of yellow. I don't want to waste the whole thing, so I'm going to do that process one more time. Putting this into quarters, into fourths, if you will. There's half. There's the other half. And it is into fourths. Open this up. Church and the people. See the steeple? Cut along this line as best I can, and that way I'm conserving my paper. And I'll put this in a stack with my papers to put all my things in place like a good chef. Now I need a circle. I'm visualizing how big. That'd be ridiculous. Stop it. Well, I have a thing I could try. How's that? That makes it clown-like. It's too big. It looks ridiculous. So I know it needs to be smaller than that. I could draw my circle, or I could cut one. And if it's not perfect, I will cut it again, because that's how you make a better circle. You keep rounding it. And if it's not perfect, it's okay, because I drew sunflowers I grew sunflowers this year, and they were weirdly huge, and they bulged in on themselves, and the heads weren't always perfectly round. It depended on how they grew. But I'm cutting this down a little bit, and I'm refining, I'm revising, I'm straightening this out. I'm making it better, because I'm looking with my eye. I'm using my hand with the powers that are given to me. Now that is still kind of clowny to me. I think I'm missing a step. I don't know what's up. It's the size of it that's not working for me. So here, I started with this, right? I'm smaller. Let's go one more time. And if I completely ruin it, I'm sorry, but this is how I learn things. So I'm gonna go smaller. This is quite a bit smaller. I'm not gonna tease. I'm really pulling the trigger here. I'm going for it, jumping the shark, if you will. There we go. Now, that's a lot better. Is there something I could do to this that make it look a little more realistic? Yeah, I could crimp, I could fold, I could tuck this up a bit. That would be fun. So there you have it. It's a poinsettia. It's 4 flower petals, 1 circle that goes in the middle, and that's the last step, and the 4 leaves. I left mine connected because I used full sheets of paper, and I showed you how to fold that and tear it and cut it several times, which that's some skill we've worked on a few times. You should know it. And so we're juxtaposing these. I'm building it again to show you, and it's going together like that. It's overlapping. It's underlaid and overlapped, And there we go. I put that circle over the top, and you would glue them together and hold them for at least 20 seconds, and you would have your own flower to hang up. This would be loose. Hang it wherever you like to decorate for this holiday. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.